Thoughtful Connections, a memory care podcast, aims to provide general information and insights about dementia and related topics. The content shared is not intended to be medical advice or a substitute for professional medical or clinical guidance. The purpose or goal of this podcast series is to help inform and educate family members considering memory care for a loved one. With us, as always, is Elizabeth Thompson, Arrow Senior Living Regional Director of Memory Care.
Hello, Elizabeth.
Hi, Charlie.
Hi. Do you feel like engaging with me today?
I'm not sure.
Well, that wasn't exactly what I was expecting. Now, let me ask another one. Are you willing to participate in the next 20 minutes of discussion with me?
Sure.
All right. So,
Sure.
Often our family members and friends with dementia are reluctant to engage in activities and events, right?
Very true.
So, and as you know, when considering engagement ideas with loved ones or for loved ones living with dementia, it's essential to focus on practical, compassionate, and effective strategies. So with that said, I'd like for you to tell me what types of activities are most effective for engaging individuals with dementia at the different stages of the disease. Can you do that?
Well, I can try. It really depends on the person.
Okay.
What did they like in their past? What did they used to do? Have we tried anything new with this person? As far as what type of activities are most effective, it really is an individual-based approach. When we're talking about person-centered care, if you're someone who always hated golf, I'm not going to try and get you to do the mini putt-putt,
I appreciate that.
Yeah. So it just really depends on the person.
So how do we go about tailoring these activities to match our loved one's unique interest or history or abilities?
So that's a great question. With Arrow Senior Living in our memory care neighborhoods, we do engagement plans on every single resident that you help us do.
Oh, yes. I'm quite familiar. I've done several hundred of those.
Oh, I would think it's in the thousands.
I think you're probably right.
But, knowing your person and their history is key to coming up with engagement ideas for them. An example would be I had a mom that lived with us. She was a stay-at-home mom of 7 kids. She absolutely loved any kind of housekeeping work. It made her feel purposeful, whether it was folding towels or wiping down the tables or sweeping. Those were excellent engagement opportunities for her because it made her feel purposeful and needed and useful. And, that's the big focus is what's going to make them happy and make them feel successful. We had a home builder who loved the woodworking bench and building things, whether it was blocks that he was building or pieces of wood that he was sanding. He even actually liked taking a flashlight apart and having him put it back together.
Yeah.
So
mechanical.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. It's similar to building.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So tell me about sensory-based activities and what would you recommend for someone who may struggle, maybe with verbal communication or even mobility?
Yeah. So the power of music, and we've talked about this before, but the power of music and dementia can just be magical. Maybe it brings a smile. Maybe they tap. Maybe they get up and dance. Depending on where they are in their journey, it may even be that they're just able to relax and sleep with music, and that's okay too. Because again, it's all about that unique individual. There's books on CD. So maybe if a person isn't able to read any longer, they might like listening to short stories. And I say short stories just because long ones could probably create some confusion. But also different fabrics and materials to explore, whether it's silk or felt or finger. Did I say finger?
What do you mean by that?
on the fingers. I don't know why I said finger. Just letting them touch it with their fingers. I have no idea why I said that. It's
yeah,
been a
finger.
long day.
The finger. Yeah.
Feel the finger. I'm like, did I just say finger? I think I did.
I was going to question you on that.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Okay,
Yeah. I'm
all right.
sorry. I promise I haven't been drinking or anything like that. I just maybe need a nap. I don't know.
Okay.
But yeah, just letting them explore with their fingers different fabrics,
Textures.
silk and felt and textures. Yeah.
Sure.
Massage is a great way to. I'm still laughing at myself on the finger thing. I don't know where that came from. Brushing hair is another thing that's great to try. That's sensory. I had a lady that didn't like me to brush her hair, but she used to be a hairdresser and she loved to brush mine. And my hair was longer then, and she would brush it and she would say, "Oh, it's just such a mess."
Oh my goodness!
I love the honesty. Yeah, it is. It probably needs a haircut.
That's the thing about dementia. The filters just kind of go by the wayside, don't they?
Yeah.
So are there specific times of days that we should use our fingers for certain activities? Back to realism here. I know certain times of days are better than others, and how can we utilize routine to our advantage?
Yes, so routine is very important for most people with dementia. Mornings and to midday is good for them, but then after that can be harder because we see a lot of sundowning with different people that are living with dementia. Mm-hmm. So for the most part, late morning is a good time, but routine and structure throughout that day is very important. So maybe you're starting your day with conversation, and then you're doing some exercise, and then maybe you're doing something purposeful. Evenings are a good idea to try something that's more relaxing, more calming, that helps to signal that it is evening time and we're winding down for the day.
So you don't want something stimulating. You want something that's relaxing.
Right, something that's relaxing. Short stories, gentle stretching, maybe bird watching, again, massage. Using that routine to benefit the person with dementia, flow with their best times for that individual, because everybody's different. And there are going to be times during the day that they need less stimulation, and we need to provide that.
Sure. And again, it's kind of up to the individual as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, always is.
Always.
Always
yes.
is. So is there a best way to approach or to introduce an activity to someone who may be resistant to engagement?
I would never just come out and ask them if they want to.
Mm-hmm. So what would you do?
Well, let me step back there a little bit. Many times when we ask the person living with dementia if they want to do something,
what's the answer?
No.
That's almost automatic, isn't it?
No, or I already did that.
No,
or I already did that. No makes us feel like we're in control. Why is a 2-year-old's favorite word no? Because they want to control. Mm-hmm. They want to control, So I like to ask them in a way that makes them feel like they're needed. So, hey, Charlie, I could really use your help in the living room. Could you come help me for a bit?
Yes.
Okay. Or, hey, Charlie, do you want to come do group exercise?
Okay.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Okay, good. Well, good. I'm glad. Most of the time I get a no on that one.
No, I want to.
Okay, good.
I need the exercise.
You just want to see the ladies.
That's it. There's some good-looking ladies in the exercise class, yeah.
Yeah. But the difference is asking them to help you with something. Another one I've used is all of your friends are in the dining room waiting for you.
So how can we use verbal or nonverbal cues to encourage participation without creating frustration or stress?
So it's very important that they don't feel pressure or stress or frustration. Verbal and nonverbal cues can help with that. Always smile. When we want our person who's living with dementia to do something, whether it's shower, brushing teeth, helping fold clothes, doing exercise, whatever it may be, smile, hold their hand, pat them, guide them in the direction, and expect nothing. Because so many times we have these expectations that the person living with dementia can't meet. And so we set ourselves up for disappointment. Expect nothing. And if you get something, that's a beautiful thing.
Right. Well, absolutely. So some ways that to get them involved to do these different tasks, like cooking or folding laundry, whatever, to create that sense of purpose. That's really what you're looking for, right?
Yes. Again, asking for their help. I'm not good at this. Can you help me? I can't remember how to make your famous pecan pie. What do I do next? And thank them for their hard work.
Sure.
That's important too, to say, oh my gosh, I'm so glad you were here. I couldn't have done this without you. This tastes wonderful because you were here. Or I got all the laundry done because you helped me. Thank you.
Right.
Praise them for that good work. And maybe even try, let's bake cookies for our dessert tonight. I could really use your help in baking our grandma's favorite cookies or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
Making them purposeful, by saying, if you're going to make cookies, let's make cookies for the animal shelter.
Oh, yeah.
I think I jumped to the next question without you even asking it.
All right.
But,
all right.
When we're making cookies, let's make them for someone, making them for the nursing home up the road, or maybe we're making cards. Let's make cards for the people living in assisted living. Create purpose in whatever it is that you're doing.
Okay. So one thing we've talked about often is about providing choices. So how do we provide choices without overwhelming the individual with dementia?
Just don't give them too many.
Okay. How many is too many?
Again, that kind of depends on where they are in their journey, but I like to just give two, this or that. Do you want something hot or do you want something cold? Do you want something to eat or do you want something to drink? Do you want to wipe the tables or do you want to sweep? When we go to a restaurant and we look at a menu, even with healthy brains, sometimes it can be overwhelming. I know last night the menu was like, I don't know, 5 or 6 pages.
Yeah,
and I was like,
crazy.
I'm just going to eat what I always get.
Yeah. I'm not going to look. I'm just going to order.
I'm not going to look because I want to visit with everybody. I'm just going to order what I always get.
Right.
And so that's what I did. Yeah. So when there's too many things, it's just overwhelming. So I like just 2.
Okay. So let's talk about some easy, low-cost ways to create moments of engagement. Do you have any suggestions?
Yes. Just think about your chore list. Just think about what you have to do that day and incorporate the abilities that they still have that are remaining that they can help you with.
Okay.
Maybe it's folding clothes. Maybe it's organizing the silverware drawer. I have this beautiful silverware organizer that I got, and it's just my husband and I now, but I'm always curious when I open it up and I see the forks in the spoon spot and the spoons in the knife spot. I'm like, how hard is this? But I would love to have somebody help organize that for me. And that would be something that someone living with dementia would be able to do.
Well, it sounds like you need to pay more attention when you're putting your silverware up out of the dishwasher.
Oh, it's not me. It's not me.
All right, then.
Give them a dust cloth or a feather duster and watch them go to town. It doesn't need to cost money, but doing something purposeful fulfills any human need.
Okay.
And we all have that.
So there are a lot of things around the house that you don't have to spend money on.
You don't have to spend money
at all. A lot of DIY projects that just do it.
Yeah.
Because it's just accommodate them, think about what are their abilities, and make them, set them up for success.
Absolutely.
That's the main thing.
Yes.
So let's switch gears a little bit, and I'm going to ask you about technology or any apps that might be effective for helping them engage.
Yes, actually, Arrow utilizes the IN2L and Life Loop app, which is wonderful. In a home setting, that would not be probably something that would be very affordable, but YouTube has some great videos, relaxing videos, music and scenery videos. They even have videos on YouTube that you can look up that are like virtual cycling through the rainforest. And you can have your person sitting on the couch in front of the TV with one of the bike pedalers. And it's like they're going through a rainforest. You know, they have all different types of scenery, but they have lots of really cool things on there. Also, there are game apps that you can download on tablets or computers. You want to make sure that whatever you download is not childish. You don't, want Pop the Piggy or something that's more childlike. You want it to be more for adult, but geared towards someone that does have cognitive challenges. There are large print word searches. Memory Lane Games app is one that I've recently discovered. It's $70 a year, but it has a ton of really cool stuff on it and would be great as an app for you to have at home, not in a community setting. Lively Silver is free, and it's kind of repetitive, but it's another good one. They also now make a GrandPad tablet, and it's like an iPad, but it's safe. It keeps them from purchasing things and getting themselves into some trouble. Jubilee TV is another thing to look into. It's like a Netflix or Hulu, but it's called Jubilee TV, with great programs for people living with dementia.
Okay, well lots of great places to go and see. Okay, so let's talk about the role of music, art, storytelling, and as far as using those for engagement in dementia.
Those are one of the things that I just really like, because it doesn't matter what stage of dementia the person is in. They can be beneficial all throughout the different stages of dementia, from singing and dancing to just smiling and tapping a toe or a finger, or maybe mouthing a few words of a song, from painting in their journey to maybe just looking at beautiful colored pictures, maybe even touching or holding abstract art. We have to focus on where they are and what abilities are remaining. And that changes. It changes sometimes daily for a person living with dementia. But it's about connection, and that may look different as the disease progresses, but it's still very possible.
Okay. So speak on intergenerational engagement. And I'm speaking now like with children or maybe even teens. Can you speak to that?
Yes. I've found it doesn't matter what you do with younger people. Seniors typically love it. It doesn't matter. Maybe they come to just visit with everybody. Maybe they come to do a recital or a dance or cheer competition tryouts, and they're going to practice for you. It doesn't matter. The seniors love the younger population. So they're not only good for residents, but they're also really good for the children. It allows them to experience another generation and what it's like to be around other generations and what they can learn from them. So really, it doesn't matter.
Okay. So we talk about all this engagement, all these activities. So I know oftentimes those engagements or activities aren't finalized. They aren't completed. How do we foster a meaningful connection, even if it doesn't get finished?
That's just it. It's about creating that moment of joy. I mean, it doesn't matter how it turns out. You may bake muffins and have 10 germy hands getting in there. It's okay. you go make another batch in the kitchen that's fresh that you did by yourself and that you can feed all of your residents. And I'm talking if we're in a community.
Sure.
But, it's okay. Maybe they paint on the table instead of the canvas. Okay, we're using non-toxic paints, so
It'll wash
washable.
off.
It'll wash off. Yeah, who cares? They were being creative. And they've, don't scold them. Make them feel proud of themselves.
Oh, look what you did.
Look what you did.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous.
Yeah. What is that? Tell me what that is. What do you see there?
And then if you're worried about your furniture, Dollar Tree has those plastic tablecloths that you can cut in half. You can use them over and over again. They're $1.25 and they're throw away. Yeah. It's okay if they get paint all over them.
Be a little creative.
Yeah, get creative and let them get creative.
Yeah, absolutely. And appreciate what they have done.
Yes,
whether
absolutely.
It's a completed project or not.
Exactly.
Because that's going to give them fulfillment. So how do we adapt our approach if they seem to lose interest or become agitated, which that can happen as well? What do we do then?
Be okay with it.
Okay, just move on.
Just move on. Switch to something else that's less stimulating.
Redirect.
For whatever reason, they don't want to do that anymore. I mean, how many times are we working on a project and maybe it's a work project and we're like, you know what, I'm done with this today.
Well, I was done with this a long time ago.
Exactly.
Yeah, but here I am.
But here you are.
You haven't redirected me yet.
Yeah, I haven't done that yet, but I'm about to, because it's about time to be done.
It's about time to be done, and we're going to redirect here in a few minutes.
Yeah, but you can always come back to it another day, or even maybe later on that day. But at the same time, no matter what you're doing, always be an encourager and praise them.
Sure.
So
hey, it's okay. No problem. Let's do this. You want a cup of coffee?
Yeah. You done with
want
this?
Want a cookie?
Okay, let's move on.
Let's move on to the next thing.
Yeah.
That's a great attitude.
Choose your battles.
I keep that attitude all the time.
Right.
Because I have a running list of things to do. I'll just move to the next one.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes we all get burnout. I mean, maybe they get burnout on something a little quicker than we would, but it's no different than us.
Not sure. Absolutely. Well, Elizabeth, do you have any additional comments that you'd like to share about the engagement ideas and participation?
I would just say engage them. No matter what it is, just engage them. Give them some joy and meaning to their life. Don't have them sitting in front of the TV all day long. Create something meaningful for them.
I mean, it's okay to watch TV. If they have a favorite program, they should absolutely watch it.
Absolutely.
But sitting in front of the TV all day is not engagement.
That's not quality of life.
That's not good. That's not a good deal.
No.
Well, Elizabeth, thank you for taking time to sharing information about engagement ideas and participation. We sure appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, Charlie.
And thank you all for sharing your time with us.
At Arrow Senior Living, we believe in the power of a chuckle, maintaining a childlike sense of wonder, and defending the dignity of others. Until next time, this is Charlie Johnson with Arrow's Thoughtful Connections, a memory care podcast, wishing you fond memories filled with moments of joy. And remember, if you've met one person with dementia, you've met one person with dementia.
You can find Thoughtful Connections, a memory care podcast, anywhere you listen to podcasts.